Hello, welcome back to my channel. Hope you guys are all good. Today, sadly, is not my favourite day. Today is brush cleaning day. Obviously, so important to do, so important to clean your makeup brushes. Your makeup will go on much nicer. It'll affect your skin if you're using dirty makeup brushes. And if, like me, you use your brushes on other people, then you have to clean them in between every single person that you use them on. So I get asked all the time, how do you properly clean your makeup brushes? There's so many things out there that sort of portray themselves as like a quick fix. But to be honest with you, my personal opinion is that you just have to do it, and you have to do it properly, and it takes ages and it's really boring. So I'm going to share with you today the technique that I use to clean them, and I do believe that this technique will give your makeup brushes longevity to really stand the test of time. Basically, I take a I'm out of breath because I've walked up the stairs. I take a brush balm, which is essentially like a block of soap that you wet and lather up, and then wash your brushes with that. So at the moment I'm just using a Real Techniques one. This is from Boots. Just a few tips is to use warm water. I find using warm water you can just get rid of more. I feel cold water just totally sets the stains into place. Really important to only get the tip of your brush wet as well, because most makeup brushes are made out of wood, and over time if you keep getting that wet it's just going to split and crack and they're just going to fall apart. It's also really important that when you dry your makeup brushes, to dry them this way so all of the moisture can come out of the brush, otherwise it's just an absolute like breeding ground for bacteria. And also to dry them out of direct sunlight, because again that heat and moisture is just going to cause bacteria to grow in your makeup brushes, which is obviously not what you want. So I can show you a couple of ways that I hang mine out to dry. One being this amazing sort of makeup brush towel. It's got some hooks on it, so you can hang it over a door or a door hanger, and then it's got these little compartments in, and I just slot my brushes into there. This one is from Spectrum. Oh, it's got a massive spider on it! Louis, there's a big spider! God's sake, what if it's on me? Okay, I need to be brave, I need to be brave. What is it about spiders? I just don't like the way they move. It's probably fucking crawling up my back or something. Okay. I don't even remember what I said. Oh, that was a big spider. It was like meaty as well, and they're the worst kind. I'm a grown-up. That's stage one of me cleaning my brushes. And then just to sort of disinfect them even more, make them as hygienic as I possibly can, whilst they're drying / when they're nearly dry, I go in and spray them with a sanitizing spray. If you're not using your brushes on other people, you don't need to do this. I just take every step that I can to obviously be as hygienic as possible. But I just use a spray and I spray it along the bristles of the brush. When they are dry and I'm taking them off, I'll take some antibacterial wipes and I'll wipe the handles as well. I'm just thinking about that spider. Unfortunately, there is no quick way to dry your brushes. It can take up to a day. I mean, if you've got your heating on your house, it'll probably take less time. It's really important not to use heat on them, because if you heat them, essentially you're going to heat the glue that's holding all of those bristles in, and they'll just start falling out. Hang them in like a really nice airy space and you'll be right. Right, so I'm going to take you downstairs now and we're going to clean my brushes. So let's go, come on, let's go, let's go. I've got my dirty brushes ready to be washed, bit of kitchen roll, the whole area's been cleaned. I've lined my dish rack with kitchen roll so I can just stack my brushes all facing downwards, and then once I've finished I'll go on to hang them up to dry. Let's do it. Look how filthy they are, gross. Right, so normally how I start the process is I will kind of separate the brushes into size. It just kind of helps me see what I actually have to do and how much I have to do. There's Darcy's makeup brushes there as well. So before we even start cleaning the brushes, it's really important to actually clean your own hands. I use my hands a lot in this process, really getting into the brushes and trying to get all of the makeup out of them. Really good in there, like you're about to perform surgery. And then I'll dry them off with a piece of clean kitchen roll.
How rude.
Right, so here we go. So I'm just wetting the tip of the makeup brush there. Get it nice and wet, and then I'm taking my block of soap and I'm literally just swilling it round there to get it all covered in the soap. Once that's covered, I take the lid, which has got that sort of ribbed plastic in. Just really helps you to lather it all up. Warm water, and just really rinse that off. And that is literally how long it's going to take to do every single one. And give it a shake to get any excess liquid off, and then I just give it a pinch to really squeeze out any excess water, and then I will take that and stick it downwards like that on the drying rack there. So some eyeshadow will actually stain your brush. This brush has had black on it, and to be honest, I do try and get the colour out as much as possible, because obviously I use my brushes on other people, and I would hate to think that people would look at my brushes and think, oh my god, she's using dirty brushes. So to do that as best as possible, I just literally will clean it 2 or 3 times. But what I'm saying is don't stress about trying to get all of the colour out, because highly pigmented eyeshadows will just stain the brush. It'll come out over time. Probably my biggest tip, because this job does take ages and it is actually quite boring, is to put some music on and just have a good time. I chose the Dreamgirls soundtrack, which is an absolute classic, and it's filled with some serious sing-along bangers. If you need any recommendations for a boring job playlist, then I'm here for you. I'm here to help. Just hit me up, send me a message. I'm still here. I have finished all of this eyeshadow brushes, and I'm moving on to the bigger brushes, which unfortunately take longer. Let's take this one. So this has had foundation on it, and with creamier based oily products, I will go in with the balm first and really just get that in there. But products like foundations and concealers, they are a lot more stubborn to get off. You'll see there's loads of like product stuff in there. We'll take something like Fairy Liquid, an antibacterial version, because Fairy Liquid's used to cutting through grease of food, so it's going to be able to cut through the grease of makeup pretty easily as well. So yeah, it's the same process really. You just have to put a bit more elbow grease into it and just rinse that thoroughly until there's no more suds. Hands are like little raisins. I've probably been going for about an hour, but we're done. They're all completely clean. So here we go, most of them hanging in their little towel. And yeah, we just have to wait for them to dry. Usually it takes about 12 hours, so fun times. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Bye!